way to just grab yourself free elims in the end game. Hands down, the gold pump.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the bus is out. It is time to kick off your Chipotle Challenger Series. First map of the day. We're dropping in. And here we go. You can see the spread has 90% are going to empty out of that bus right away. A few are going to be going deep here to kick things off. And I can't wait to see which players we're going to be starting things with. A lot of people heading towards the Stark Industries. Where do you expect the hottest drop to be right now?
I think what I'm going to see is Stark Industries. I believe we're going to have Booga's team landing there, and also potentially Mongrel and Metro. I think what I'm seeing right now is Doom's Domain might not be fought by two teams, potentially only two of them landing there, so that could be an easy split. So those are the spots I'm going to be paying attention to. And looking at Booga right now, who's playing with Nut and Jamper, they're actually doing a split over the Stark Island rather than actually contesting at the Industries itself. That's a change, Bucket.
And a lot of people are wondering, who is Nutty Figo? Well, you can go watch him right now. That's actually Christian Pulisic, the football player, live for you guys today. We're going to take our screen over, though, to one of my favorite Canadians. It's MEGGA30. And right away, he's going to find himself some big pots and a rifle. Meanwhile, you're going to see Funk and Sticks making their way around the map with Nate Hill here. A lot of powerful trios here from our qualified as well as the invited teams like Nate Hill's.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. We already have another big fight, too. I believe this might be where we see some of that action unfolding in the bottom left of Steamy Stacks, but all over the map, there's a couple breaking out. Aguilar against Emad as well, and does hit a nice, this is all at Camp Cod, and I think Emad has one of his teammates down already.
Bully doing a little bit of work in the kill feed, as you can see, but just trying to stay alive on the low ground. Aguilar is going to get up top with the shotty and finish off his first as he takes down Emad. Getting chased a little bit here, but should be able to get out with his life.
Yeah, and I think Mikey might be in a 1 versus 2 right now. That's the potential final, remember. No, actually, 2 versus 2, still up. So we have Mikey against Dimer, Aguilar. And he does get a nice tag. There is players with shield too, and Aguilar's left alone as Dimer was popping a medkit all on his lonesome. So all of a sudden this has changed, even though Aguilar was able to take down Emad quickly earlier.
Alive, staying alive here with Mikey as they're able to win the fight, and we'll be able to loot up here. I'm just trying to find out what else is going on around the map as we see everyone asking, how do you win the Chipotle burritos? Don't worry, chat. We'll keep you updated as the games go on. Let's take our screen over to Vert, making his way across the creek and starting to climb up the hill with a lot of action around him on both sides.
Yeah, this is very interesting already. We see, I think this might be 2 of the West squad or West trios right next to each other here in Weeping Woods, and already the engagements happened. We have Alex down. Bumboy Caleb have pounced on him. They're going to get that finish, and they're chasing this down now. Lucas left on his own. He's split off from his teammate, who's all the way up towards actually Nick A30's team up on the west side of Weeping Woods. So good pickups and a good engagement between 2 of the West squads that qualified through.
Bert and Caleb, I believe 2 of 4 members of the Extra Clan playing in this one. We'll keep our eyes on them throughout. Here's a bigger picture of the map. Everyone, after getting into some early scuffles, starting to slow some things down. I'd love to see the battle over at Doom's Domain because for anyone who's missed Fortnite, that's where all the fun stuff is going down these days.
Yeah, at least just to get an idea of how the 2 teams are playing. We obviously know one of them is Stretch and Saf, then the other one, I believe, is Taken, Hart, and his trio. This fight's still ongoing here at Steamy Stacks, so this is where we're going to tune in with. But at Stark Industries, too, we have uncontested. That means somebody has already looted all of it by themselves, and nobody is challenging that at all. And that's very dangerous because the most powerful vault currently on the map. And at Steamy Stacks, real quick before we move to these other teams, Bully, Ewok, and Arab have won out of the 2 teams that were landing here. Now all they're doing is trying to chase this down. They're going to be the last remaining team, try to find the last player.
Ewok, one of my favorite stories here in the Fortnite world. For anyone who doesn't know much about this player, what can you tell us, Bala?
Yeah, one of the, I think, first female ever to be signed to FAZE, and also a deaf streamer. She's really fantastic at the game, and that's how she, kind of, people turned heads and they were like, hold on, she's doing this without even being able to hear. That's so amazing for me, Ewok.
15-year-old Dominator. As we take a look, the little X just going to be matting up. Do a little bush hidage. Well, slow start here to the action. I'm trying to figure out who is leading the elimination war, as it has been just a few scuffles to start things off. The rotations will be going down, and you are going to see the action continue as the players start to make their way into the circle.
Yeah. It has to be the Arabs team. It has to be Ewok's team right now. They've already gotten 5, and they potentially could find their 6th if they continue to push in the direction that they were going. This is a dangerous trio here too. Puckets, X-Sets, paired up with Aiden too. The return for him. Back off of Warzone, now back into Fortnite where he started and really got aggressive. He's playing with 2 of the, I think, most dangerous players and underrated players, Shark and AV, and they've done so well in trios so far. So maybe with just their last player being replaced, Knight for Aiden, I'll take that trade, and I expect them to still do very, very well in this.
I've always been a fan of watching Aiden, one of the more aggressive players in the game. We'll keep our eyes on the X-Set crew. In the meantime, let's go over to our boys from TSM. It's going to be Saf as well as Energy's Zate in a bit of a war here.
This is such an important fight, not only for this tournament and the 5 games that are about to unfold, but for FNCS. And that's what a lot of these guys are thinking of, is the future of Trios tournaments. What you see right now is Zate, Saf, and Stretch chasing down after winning Doom's Domain, after having the mythic loot, and trying to do as best they can to force this team to leave, make it so that they have no chance in the tournament if they don't leave Doom's Domain, not just for the Chipotle series, but for future tournaments as well.
Claim your territory now, boys. Stretch is going to get pushed, taken above him, but he's going to have some nice cover fire from Saf watching over him. Meanwhile, a little bit of action to his left, as you can see Zate calling out Durant.
Slowed down, but they've all gotten split up right now. Zate trying to force him. Oh, this is good. Okay. Shockwave on top. They're going to force a 3v2, but Zate misses. He falls all the way down the low ground, and that actually leaves Stretch in a really awkward position. But thankfully, he's got the mystical bomb, and it connects on the heart. That gives Stretch some time, and Saf another angle.
Mystical bomb. Gotta love it. Explosions galore. Lots of shots coming into the legs of Saf. He's still got plenty of health, though, and he's going to be putting a push down on Taken. Not before Stretch, though, is going to be eliminated. So down to 2. It's just Zate and Saf, both now in a very tricky position. It all started when Zate fell off the top here.
That it did, and still some trouble, though, because the players who went all the way up here, Taken and Durant, they're starting to run out of materials. They're starting to run out of time against Saf. But Zate's so low, and Saf finds another one in the back. They've done it. They've fended off the team who wanted to hurt them so bad, and Zate's left alone, and they still have 3 players up.
Taken Hart and Durant scoring big here, taking out one of the top competitors, our qualifier #1 champions. Here's a look at some more action as the FAZE squad going up against Rhett and crew.
Yeah, this should be probably an easy cleanup here. Cease has already got the wall. Yes, he's on the back side of this, and unfortunately, Josh Hart and company is down and out to the hands of the mix of 100 Thieves and FAZE. Not one that you normally see in esport, but this is a dangerous one.
You know, if you're going to be eliminated, that's not a bad team to watch until the end of the game, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
All right, a little bit of a celebration.
Dude, so this is back to Durant and crew, who just took out Zay, Saf, and Stretch. And again, I stress the importance of this because they've been fighting for weeks now. They fought last weekend in the FNCS warm-up, so they knew what they were getting into, still going to Doom's Domain, knowing that Zay, Saf, and Stretch would do just what they did, chase them all the way up to the Craggy Islands. That is definitely a feels good moment for them because they've put the question back now to Zay, Saf, and Stretch.
Are the abilities worth it, in your opinion? Do you think this is the future right now in Season 4?
So, being the only one on the map, I think is the biggest advantage out of anything, right? You're the only team who can take advantage of the gauntlets, take advantage of the mystical bomb. But with the changes that happened 2 to 3 weeks ago, they're not as what is going on?
Okay. Little Fury Road action here. We're gonna see the getaway driver Acorn slowing things down as Nick 830 was on the other side of that exchange.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought that his team was in the other car or what, but all of a sudden a couple shots fired will put them off. But yeah, the mythic items as this fight continues are probably not as good as they were, but still kind of important, especially the gauntlets. They give you that double jump ability to fend off against fall damage.
We were showing you Caleb and Vert earlier. Here they are going up against the 5G squad. And that's a whole lot of action in a short room. And we're going to see the fight won by Sizer. Yeah, I'm going to take a gamble there, as well as Fear.
That's what I call him. I give it a shot on that one. Oh no, Arab left all by himself.
Run, buddy! Not gonna happen. Cut out of the sky is pumped.
Oh no. And I'm seeing in the background, you see Little up jumping over by Steamy Stacks. He brought up his entire team, all 3 players. He's gotten them rebooted after losing to Arab, Ewok, and Bully. All of a sudden, they got pinched while looking for Little, and he snuck his way back up to the Steamy Stack, so they're back in the game.
Shout out to everyone in the chat trying to get the burritos by spamming claim. It doesn't work, but I appreciate your effort. We will be giving away the first of our 10,000 burrito supply. That's coming up a little bit later, but first you got your Fortnite action to continue here. As we're taking a look at the lobby, you're going to see 72 players still in action. As Commandant, better known as Commandment, what do you like about this guy? He's going to be going up against the 100 Thieves crew, which is on top of the hill.
He's explosive. He's clutch. You put him in a final situation where he has to do something ridiculous, and he will. He's one of the few players who you're like, okay, it's pretty much done for. There's no chance unless something crazy happens. Commandment is one of the few players who will have something crazy happen over and over and over.
Gathering a bit of wood before making his way across, and you're going to see the vehicles leading the charge as some bullets are being peppered back and forth. Everyone's still in a bit of transition. You can take a look at the mini map though, and you can just see the separation. 5 teams in this range, and you can't feel good right now if you're scented.
I think he's kind of okay, given the fact that he has the overhang of Stark Industries, the big striking island floating in the middle of everything here. Given that he has that overhang, he doesn't have to worry about the teams up above firing upon him, so all he has to worry about is the teams that you pointed out, rightly so. And I think they should be good to continue to rotate with them. They all have to move somewhat together. I know that, you know, there's a team in front of them, but if they do end up engaging, they're going to be stuck on the outside looking in, climbing up of Stark Industries.
Here's a look at Nate Hill. He is live right now on twitch.tv participating in the Chipotle Challenger Series. Let's go ahead and listen in to the conversation they're having.
Peppers might have been smart there. Definitely gonna be smart
It's
here.
far again. It's got to be left side, right? Yeah. Has to be.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
These kids to our left.
Nate Hill,
It might be.
as soon as we tuned in, he says this is a tough rotate. Same thing for Scented Edge and Commandment. They're deciding how and when to rotate. And he points out, Surge active. That means a lot of people are going to be looking for tags, because if they don't get damage done, they'll start getting struck from the sky.
I think we
Has
just
that functionality had a big impact over time?
Oh, absolutely. It's a big part of everybody's plans now. Thankfully, there's only one player alive who needs to go down and who is below Surge at this point. That's going to be one full trio, most likely.
Chilly
And
enough,
yeah,
it's
there
time
it is.
to move.
He goes, the one player goes down, and you're right, instantly moves, and that's what they called out. Nate Hill said, we're going to wait till Surge goes, and then we'll pop some peppers and move.
Yeah, that was nice.
And we are back into the big feed. Let's take a look right now at another squad as we have Nidek working alongside Lucas.
And this is the team we saw earlier in Weeping Woods go up against a trio that was split up in that Weeping Woods, doing what we talked about in the early game, trying to divide and conquer, but that didn't work out. Instead, Nedak and Lucas take huge advantage of that. That's a team from the West Coast, again, qualified through the 4 different qualifiers for the Chipotle Challenger Series. Now looking to stake their claim here in the grand finals.
Booga as well as Christian just hanging out with Jamper in the middle. Meanwhile, high ground being battled for as you're going to see Emad working with Mikey and Ferris Blee. On the other side, Alfie and CLGJ trying to hold the perimeter. It's going to be slow here for a bit, Balla, and then the action is going to be kicking off here. Let's keep our eyes on 100 Thieves crew, though, because I saw Mr. Savage warming up with Benji Fishy 6 hours ago. The man has been playing all day leading up to this moment.
That they have everybody. I mean, all the pros right now, they're trying to grind and get as perfect of as a form as they can get before FNCS starts in 2 weekends. So that's expected. Every day, grinding scrims, grinding arena as best we can. An uncomfortable fight for the players we were just paying attention to, who made their rotate with the Peppers on the side. They're against a West squad, and they wiped them.
He was able to
I think they're still
Dopey.
1 up.
And they're going to be fighting 2 more players on the other side of this wall. One sneaks in, but the shotty is clean.
Oh! Nate Hill, what is that? By himself against Xset and Aiden. He takes out 2 of them with some of the cleanest shots I've ever seen. But the spray's coming in from the rest of the lobby. Dubs, Mega, and Riverson are going to clean that up. Aiden and AV are going to try to get back up.
We'll keep our eyes here on Dubs, working behind a teammate.
This is a good push. They know on the other side that this is Ruffsky's. They know that 2 players are knocked, but they also know that that loot, more importantly than anything, is actually able to be picked up. Dubs just gained himself max metal from that little rotate that they did right before.
Replays playing alongside Punisher and Nick-A30. We're going to go to Nick-A's position right now. This is his POV live on Twitch.
Yeah, Monty, I'm gonna build right now.
That it is in action. A little bit delayed, but you already know they're going to get a good position here right on the edge of zone. Nick-A30 blocks it off really nicely from the other side.
Building above too, but that's okay. We gotta start looking. Look for pigs like West, where we just came from.
Yep. This is it. You saw on the map moments ago how many people were coming off of Stark Industries. We saw Dubs, Mega, and Riversun having to come off as well. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, and they're starting to look for it. But it's kind of blocked line of sight wise, and they don't want to overextend. Given their mat situation, they do not want to get lobby focused.
Yeah, looking. Spray. 33 crack. I hit for 90. Hit for 90 over there.
Careful though, that edit is everyone in zone. They'll spray us. We don't want to get focused. We should be looking west and southwest.
Yeah, we're below though. Just keep in mind we're below.
Yo, southwest, west,
Yep.
west, right now. He's building above you. 3 tags.
They 100% need a tag here.
33. I'm in 20s, guys.
That's the urgency in Nick's voice. They need to get above, and they do. 50 damage
We all have
above,
different angles.
and this is going to be a
I
very,
mean, that's not bad actually.
very dangerous surge. Pucky, you asked me moments ago if it's been impactful. This is why. 13 people are below surge.
No, I can.
13 people will fall if they don't do something right here, right now, and Nick
Danger
A30 is
shots.
right against that.
Yeah, he's up against the timer here, and Nick-A is looking at an angle of 2 players below this. It's going to be Booga and Jamper. Christian was able to step out of danger for a moment. And you can just see the chaos, everyone filtering into our final circles as we are here in the 5th circle of the storm.
Luckily, Nick A30 and crew did get zoned, but look at the congestion. Pretty much only the teams who either hit a very, very wide rotation or the ones who stayed up here. Oh, Booga's also under surge. Him, Christian Pulisic, who's still alive in this endgame, and Jamper, they're down bad, 133 below. And he might be getting knocked out here instantly with the surge.
Let's see Booga's position. No shields left available, no heals. He's got to get a kill.
Yeah.
And he's just getting zapped down here.
Dead.
It's really difficult too with the charged shotgun, the only shotgun he has available. You have to charge it up to get any serious damage, to be any sort of serious threat. That's the end of Booga. Furious gets him. He's playing with Ronaldo, and I believe Illis, another 2 people who play on a trio together. They're doing very well. Bucky, Creo, and Kanata fully up in this game. Same. They're very close to Scented, Edgy, and Commandments. So those are 2 that I have big eyes on to win this game.
Really like the positioning of reverse 2K as well. Here's Zypha on screen. Ready to put that charge to use. Meanwhile, all kinds of noise above as that's Courage JD just inches away. Let's go to a quad box to show you all of the action. In the bottom right, it's AV. Bottom right, it's going to be Clicks as he finds another shotgun kill.
That he does. Top right is the 100 Thieves squad, Arkham, the West players. They consistently do well in tournaments just like this, and then the overview has a little bit of picture of what the rest of this is too. Savage, Bizzle, and Cease are all up, fully healthy. So I spoke moments ago about favorites for this game, but there are so many actually. And looking at the 6th zone, how it just spawns. Aiden, Shark, and AV are poised to take high ground potentially as it's on their back, the direction it's going.
That's right, chat. Burritos go burr, and we're going to be giving some away. 10,000 burritos going to be handed out today live on the Chipotle Challenger Series featuring Fortnite, Bala, and Puckett on the mics. And you are joining us right now for game number 1 of 5. It's a kill race. We've got some bonus points here for your top placements. And it's all about finishing in the top 12. As you can see, our field of 99 whittled down to 47, and that number continues to drop. FAZE Dubs at the top of the mountain right now, and he has all kinds of action below him.
Yeah, big fight unfolded for height moments ago. I believe it was Creo and crew trying to take it from Dubs, Mega, and Riverside, but they don't succeed, and Dubs is going to be able to hold on and get up above this mountain. Big threat on the lobby that everybody's thinking about, and that's why you see them rushing up the hill, is it could go up Stark Industries, which would be devastating for so many who don't have the materials and mobility to get up as we tune in with Clicks.
Arkham on your screen now. The 100 Thieves squad surrounded. Arkham's gonna get out. Trying to find some time with the storm coming in to shield up. And he's gonna have to wait a few more seconds as Falconer's gonna lead the charge up top left.
He's below Surge, that's why he pops a shield potion just briefly. Still 40 players need to go down for this, and yeah, I think this is gonna be rough unless Falconer pulls off something crazy, and he does.
Aiden.
He does lose his teammate, but not to Surge, importantly, because now that he got that elim on the Aiden, he might be able to actually drag this forward for his team.
Running across the top now, it's Dubs being led by Mega. They are able to just rain down fire from everyone else trying to build below. Mega on your screen.
This is a really, really good take and hold from the 6th zone. Mega, Riverson, and Dubs up against X-Set earlier. They won that fight. Now they're looking to put their hurt on the lobby as it continues to move throughout the zone. Where is it going next? No, not up Stark Industries, so that big threat not gonna happen. Firing down on their actually current teammate of Bizzle. They're gonna force them down another layer. Bucky, Creo, and Kanata still lurking nearby. You can see a couple potential shockwaves, and Mega actually makes a mistake. His team shot him down. He took a lot of fall damage there.
One other squad to keep your eyes on. We saw them earlier. It was Hart, Durant, and Taken. They were the team that battled against Zate and Saf at the start of this round. They continue to score in the kill feed. At the end of this, keep your eyes on that squad to be at the top of the leaderboard with eliminations, if not near the top. Here's a look at the high ground battle as it continues to be Mega shooting from above.
Oh,
Go ahead, grab
what
it
a
all,
pull.
buddy. Grab it
What
all.
a distance. Shockwaves up there now too. They could use those in towards the final moments to clutch up the game, but they should be getting up into the top 3 situation. We already still have 9 teams up. Zypha, Clicks, and Nosh are one of those teams, and they're complete shambles in terms of mats. He dives into Bucky's box, gets a couple AR shots, but Bucky puts him down and responds. We also have Dubs and crew still firing down below. I believe Bizzle and Savage Cease are completely out now. Wavy Jacob's still in the end game. We're now down to 5 teams.
Edging Commandant, staying alive as Commandment is making his way through. You're gonna see Dubs once again just reestablishing control. I feel like this team has the least amount of pressure on them. Bala, how do you lock up this win now?
Yeah, all you got to do, but they want more elims too. They could just stay up there and bide their time, force everybody else to fight, but no, they're going to start to drop down too. Commandment, Edging, Scented still want to fight against Wavy Jacob. That's the last solo. 3v3 now. Dubs, Riverson, and Mega. This has to be very close. It might even start to shockwave up, and they do. Edgy up to the sky, and they do win height. Commandment now has to fend off by himself on low ground while Dubs and Mega are in between. Edgy does fall to Riverson, but where is this going? Still a 2 versus 3. Potentially, yes, but by a sliver. Zone will force Dubs down and Mega. Riversun now in a 1 versus 1 against Commandment down on low, but Brick in between, and he has a medkit, but not gonna be able to pop that. Where's Riversun? He's running away. Yes, the heal off. He knows the situation. Riversun connects, and just like you asked, he closes up the game with a couple of elims too. There's the first victory royale.
Big win. That's going to be a 12-point bonus as we take a look at the format here in just a bit. We'll remind you all of how it's working. Welcome if you're